Hello, chat. How are we doing? I have some excellent news. First of all, I felt like I'd changed the volume of the music, so let me know how it is. If it's too loud, I can turn it down. Or, oh, first time chat. Hello. Officially first number one 100% fan in the world. Thank you. I appreciate it. But let me know if the music needs to be turned up or down. I felt like it was a little quiet in the last VOD, but, you know, I'm not you, so. I also have excellent news. For tier 1 and above, that I added a new emote. Turn the music up a little, gotcha. Okay, I'll leave it there. The song's ending, so it's a great time to test it. But all of my subs, I called it no thoughts, because that's just the type of energy it was, giving off, but if you have a better name suggestion, I can also change that. But my plans for today, so I'm going to be working on this commission. I have the rough sketch done. I do also have the reference sheet of this character that I am drawing, which, I'm gonna be honest, I love this design. I love it. I think it's a wonderful design. But this is the character that I will be drawing, and then if I have time afterwards, I will be working on this comic page. If we have time. As we all know, my time management skills are absolutely incredible. So, but yeah, that's what we'll be working on today. Excited to get to it. Let's see, what opacity should I do? Oh, the pillow that I rest my arm on fell over. How can I draw under these circumstances? Let's see, brush size. Oh! So excited to see it come to life. Thank you, this is the commissioner, everybody. I was just saying how much I love the design of the character. Let's see. I think that should be a good brush size. Let's start with the face, as I do every drawing, basically. Thank you, you're welcome. I do genuinely really love it. I think it's a great design. The person commissioning this was like, they originally were going to do something else, and then, was like, actually, can you draw this one? Because of, reasons. It's okay if you don't want to. And I saw the design, and I was like, oh, would I? Would I like to draw it? Yes, please. Would I ever? But yeah, I'm definitely going to finish this in stream. I don't know if I'll have time for comic work afterwards, because I did the last time I did commission work on stream, it took the entire stream, but also it was a double character full body. And since I have the, rough sketch done already, I don't think this one should take me as long, since it is just a bust shot. But again, my time management skills are horrible. It is also very good that the commissioner's in chat, because instant feedback, baby. Don't gotta wait for an email reply today. Really like the scale texture, and I'm a sucker for 2 different eye colors. It's a great design. I just really like it. I feel like, okay. I think this part needs to be more up. And then, actually, let me go to the liquify tool. I know stream does not like the liquify tool, but I like the liquify tool. And by stream, I mean the connection. Unless you guys in chat also really hate the liquify tool, but if you do, you shouldn't. It's a great tool. 10 out of 10 can recommend. Also, for people just coming in, subs have a new emote. So you can either sub yourself, or if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link that to your Twitch account to get a free Prime sub, and then you can use the No Thoughts emote. Am I allowed to use it in chat? I am the owner of it. Oh, I might not be able to use it this time because I just uploaded it. Oh yeah, it has to go under review. Haha. Just kidding, no new emote yet. But you know what? There will be soon. A new emote. Surprise. I always forgot that they have to be, like, under review. Why do I have to review my silly little face? I'm just a little guy. Oh, but I can't. I think I can show it to you. Hold on. This is what it will be. I called it No Thoughts. Oh yeah, that creature, you did it! You did it, Disappointed Cactus. Thank you. That is the creature. I called it No Thoughts, but if you think there's a better name that you guys can come up with. Wait, how come you could use my emote, but I couldn't? I made it. Transphobia at its finest. Sub magic, it's true. I am not subscribed to my own channel. So they're like, no, when we said subs only, we meant it. Are you a sub? I don't think so. Also, update, because I mentioned in the previous stream that I was I'm in the middle of working on getting a new PC and like building it and stuff, and I mentioned how I don't know PC stuff, so I was like, I'm gonna look up and try to learn it. The way my head was spinning. The way my head was spinning. My brother knows a lot about computers, and so I'm definitely gonna have to ask him, because, oh boy, I did not know any of those words or what they meant. Alright, I think these eyes are the same size. Fix that rotation. How's that eye shade? Looking good. Whoops. Before I bought my pre-built PC, texted a link to my coworker who was at college and went, "Is this good?" Yeah, my current one that I have was a pre-built, and it was good at the time, but I bought it 6, possibly 7 years ago. So, it's mostly, it works okay for, like, if I'm just drawing, it works perfectly fine. It can lag a little bit in video editing, and then it lags quite a bit on stream. And especially since I wanted to get a VTuber model. This computer cannot handle that and also stream. It'd be able to handle one or the other, and that's it. So, but I'm working on it. I am slowly crawling out of my depressive pit so I can be more active on YouTube. Obviously, I started taking commissions again. I'm streaming. Next step, trying to find a new doctor, because mine's expensive as hell. But that's also just America, isn't it? 6 years is pretty old, sadly, for computer parts. Getting a new one is so freaking expensive. Yeah, that's why I want to build one this time, because it'll definitely be more expensive. But if I have an Alienware computer, which I did not know at the time, but according to my brother, they're pretty disliked among, like, computer fanatics because of how uncustomizable they are. Because basically with Alienwares, I guess all of their parts are made for that, and that's, like, it. But if I, like, build a PC, if I ever need to upgrade parts, I can, like, just buy the part, which will definitely help in the long run. Let's see, are these eyes angled correctly? I can't tell for this one. But funnily enough, my computer handles, when I stream Twitch games, or not Twitch games, Jesus, Switch games, because my computer then basically just has to go live and read the capture card. If Oliver's getting work done, I suppose I will force myself to. Yeah, body doubling, baby! This is what being an artist is. You make a tiny, subtle change, and then go back and forth between them to see if you like it better. I think this slightly smaller one is better. It's easiest, but some parts are not working together. That's why I'm going to ask my brother to make sure parts do work together, because he will know. I would be a big dummy man to be like, I have no thoughts, I see computer part, I click computer part, and then it don't work. So my brother is definitely going to be my my IT for before I buy any. He's going to be my reference of like, what is this good? This good? Also, by the way, kind of random, but if you missed it, I did post a new video on YouTube, and I am mentioning that, one, so you can go watch it if you hadn't already, but two, it's because I am hosting a giveaway. Very exciting. I was sent some markers by Artix, and I am giving away a set of Artix alcohol markers. So if you are interested in that, feel free to head over to YouTube, so you can watch that video and then learn about the rules and details of the giveaway. These eyebrows too high on the face. Maybe slightly. Nudge it down. Let me actually... There we go. Gotta add the unnecessary blush. It wouldn't be one of my drawings if I didn't. It's an Oliver's Antics staple. Everyone's really embarrassed for no reason. Maybe they all just have social anxiety and are trying to hide it. That mouth, I think. Let's make it teeny tiny bit smaller. Yeah, I think I like that. Yo, crab in chat. I always love seeing that weird little crab freak. For anyone who doesn't know the lore, that was me attempting to draw the Pokemon Crabrawler from memory. It's not Crabrawler, it's Crustacean Fighter. Legally distinct. Been a minute since they appeared. I figured it was time. Yeah. I've noticed my chat isn't super huge on emotes. I still want to make them because I think they're fun. But y'all don't. Maybe it's because I don't have any. Maybe that's why. Correction, I have 2. But once VTuber model comes along, I did want to do a stream where I make a bunch. Or at least, like, sketch out ideas for a bunch, and then make them off-screen. Yo, what? You're getting scammed out their money. Getting scammed out their chromer. I think this side needs to be nudged up a bit. God, I'm so excited for Deltarune Chapter 5. Anyone who missed the announcements, I will be streaming it on release day, and then streaming it every day after until I beat it. I'm hoping to beat it before Saturday. I don't know how long this chapter is, or how much I will or will not struggle with the secret boss. But I'm excited for it. I love Deltarune. You couldn't tell by the fact that half this playlist is Deltarune music. I'm gonna hold off on the glasses for now. Just jump straight into the hair. Which, whenever a character has glasses and they're not wearing them, they look so different. So I feel like once I add the glasses, the likeness will really come through. Until then, I do not know this person. I got these swoopy bangs. Glasses do make a huge difference. They really do. Like, if I took the glasses off my little avatar, would y'all recognize me? I mean, like, to be fair, I do have red hair. Oh, first time chat from Raider. Yo! Thank you for the raid! Thank you so much. We're just doing commission work. Thank you all for joining. What were you guys doing? What were you doing? Yeah. Kume. Kume. Thank you for the raid. What were y'all up to? Kumi, gotcha. So not close at all. Commission of my friend Belle. Wow. Wow. Oh, are you the I was told that this is the drawing of that this person uses when they are made to stream with friends. Are you the friends in question? We are indeed. Hell yeah, we love to see it. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the raid. We are doing this commission, and then if we have time after this, I will do some comic work. But only if I have time, which my for the Raiders, horrible at doing. Drawing 2 for the first time on stream? Hell yeah, we love to see it. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the bangs don't reach quite that low. I'm just like, let's give every single person I draw a massive mop. Let me actually put this on its own layer. And then I can lower the opacity of that. So let's see, if we go back to this, it looks like the bangs are... Oh, thank you. This is why I need a new computer. I used the liquify tool once while streaming, and my computer's like, I think this is the end for me, actually. I don't think I go any further than this. Okay, so it's a little more of that shape, and then... Let's see, they like touch it, but they don't go that much over, and then probably push it more this way. And now, let's see, let me actually just sort of block in the general placement, and then I can play with it more after the fact. Oh my god, speaking of Deltarune, did y'all know this song was made by Toby Fox? His first Pokemon collab. And once you know that, and then you listen to it, you're like, yeah, that checks out, actually. Alright. I think this is generally good. I do love a good, swoopy bang. Let's see, do I want it to extend like that? Or do I want it to kind of go back behind? What's your favorite hairstyle? The one I have, which is mop. Truthfully, the hairstyle in my little avatar is basically what I have. It's obviously a stylized version of it, but that is actually what my haircut looks like. Wavy / curly mess. I learned how to cut it so then that way I don't have to pay for haircuts anymore. And then for my VTuber that I am working on, I took pictures of myself, and then I like outlined the different sections of the hair to make it like a more of a direct, much more similar to what it's actually like IRL instead of just based off of memory. So you have that to look forward to. It's basically the same, it's just a little bit different, just stylized a little differently. Whoopsies. How's this? I think it's good. Let's go here and erase some of this sketch. Oh, okay, I want to go turn the opacity up on my layer, and instead I moved to the layer properties window. Like a doofus. Like a silly bitch. Speaking of silly bitches, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link it to your Twitch account to get a free Prime sub. That's like ultimate silly bitch move. Okay. Oh my god, I do remember when I was making the rough sketch, I really loved how the hair looked over here, and I was like, oh, she has a hat! And so I was like, oh, but I like it, and so I was like, how can I make a happy medium of hat and hair? Okay without that hat as well, so I have both options in this sheet. Well, I am okay with either as well. I feel like now that I put the hat there, it would look a little strange without the hat. So I'm probably going to sketch the hat, but if you want me to ditch the hat, you paid for it, so whatever you want. Your money. I mean, now it's my money, but previously your money. Up for creative freedom? Hell yeah, we love to see it. I will say one of my taking commissions is so interesting because, like, on one hand, I do love seeing the other outfits that, like, people draw their characters in, because fashion and, like, costuming is one of my favorite parts about art and, like, character design. So I love seeing the costumes that everybody else makes. But I do also love when... I, like, equally love when someone is like, here's my character, feel free to design an outfit for them if you want. And then I'm just like, oh, yes, please. Especially if it's, like, a really slutty character. Favorite commissions. I got a commission fairly recently. I can't remember if I shared it or not. I'll have to look at the things that I posted. But, being like, it was a commission where she was just like, she mostly just wears, like, pink lingerie, and I'm like, yes! Yes, she does! Good for her! Okay. I think now it is time for the glasses. Put that down a bit. Actually do my glasses sketching trick, which is get a big brush and then make the brush smaller and erase the middle. That's my hack for sketching glasses. This one, actually, what am I? I'm being a silly bitch again. There we go. Just copy and paste it. I'll have to make it a little bit bigger, but still. It's a little too big. Alright, there we go. We'll merge that. Make this brush smaller again. Another first-time chat, but watching the VODs like crazy. Glad to finally catch you live. Hello. Welcome, Silver Cactus. Happy to have you here. Thank you for watching the VODs, though. That's super cool. I think this bit needs to be pushed in just a tad. We'll get rid of that. I am happy, since I took a hiatus from streaming for a bit. Ever since I came back, I am very proud of myself for actually being on top of the VODs. Just got done working done with my shift working with children, now I get to really chug out, hell yeah. Every time I see someone who works with kids, I'm like, you are doing the Lord's work. Chud? Gotcha. Either way. I mean, now that the kids are gone, you can also chug out. Crack open a cold one with the boys. But I am not a big fan of kids. So I simply would not have the patience. I like one child, and it's my niece. And that's because she's actually, like, well-behaved and polite and nice. Okay. And now I have to pull up reference of a picture I took of myself for this hand. Let's see. Which one was it? I didn't mirror them like a smart genius man. Or a silly bitch, as has been the name of the evening, apparently. Teaching a bunch of little boys how to draw Pokemon this week? Oh, hell yeah. That I can do! Alright, it's this one. Put it over here. Oh my god, the cactuses and chat are interacting. I played Peak this morning and there was a lot of cactuses. I wonder what it can mean. Okay, and then I think... If you know things like Pokemon, etc., you are instantly king for kids. I did play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with my niece. She is 3 years old. And she didn't understand most of it. She was just really happy whenever we would find, like, a bird. And we caught it. She's like, we got the bird! And I'm like, hell yeah, we did! Alright, so we got... finger there, finger here. This one's just peeking in the back. Okay, I think this pinky actually needs to be up a little. I'll make that better in a second. And then... thumb. Alright, how's that looking? I think it needs to be shrunk down, but I like the base. Apparently this week I'm working with a notoriously poorly behaved school and I'm already over it. I'm so sorry to hear that. Excuse me as I'm adjusting in my seat. Yeah, I could never. Especially like a school, I feel like a daycare and like working at a school and a daycare have like similarities and differences. I feel like daycare keep in mind, I'm speaking as someone with no experience in child work. I feel like working at a daycare would be a little bit easier than working at a school because most kids do not like school. And so I feel like they're more likely to misbehave. Not that they will behave in daycare, but I feel like they're just a little bit more likely to in daycare. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's cool. Well, I guess I can merge them now. I think it's fine. Also, for everyone joining in, since we did have some raiders, I do want to mention that on my YouTube channel, I'm currently hosting a giveaway for some alcohol markers from Ardex. So you can go over to my YouTube channel and check that out if you'd like. It's being hosted on Blue Sky, but I will announce the winner on Blue Sky and YouTube, and the rules are in said YouTube video. So if you're in the market for some new alcohol markers, now can be your chance. I also almost picked the cozy playlist today. I think the main thing I want is that I want it to be a little bit longer. I'm like in the middle of adding Ace Attorney music to it all. So I think once I add a few more Ace Attorney songs to the cozy playlist, we can start jumping back and forth between them. I just like it ideally because this playlist is so long now that it, like, we won't get the same songs. Like, we won't hear the same song twice in one stream. Art camp, their parents sign them up for, but most art classes tend to be an hour, but we're... oh, they got crazy real quick. We're 5 of them for 3, and they get... Yeah. Again, I feel like that might be a little bit easier than a... I guess typical school, like, educational math history type thing. But also kids are kids. You label anything as a class or a school, they're like, I don't want to be here. Fuck this, actually. Oh my god, ad start in 15 seconds. You want to know how to get around that? If you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to get a free Prime sub, or just use a regular sub. RIP to people going in ads. We can talk mad. We're going to talk mad shit about you while ads are on. Reminding me that my friend couldn't come over today, so I couldn't solve crime. That's truly tragic. There's so many crimes unsolved, and it's your fault. How does that make you feel? Okay, and the reference to thumb is going up, but I feel like that's tangenting with that finger, so I'm gonna make the creative decision to just rotate it. Or should I move it... rotate it the other way? I feel like that makes it look a little bit more natural instead of it sticking out. How's this hand looking? I feel like that thumb's a little bit small now that I zoomed out. Oh, or we can make a random selection on the canvas. That's also good, Oliver. Something about this thumb. It's also my thumb, which is also upsetting. Just adds another layer of dissatisfaction. Not only can I not draw it, but it looks weird. Speaking of thumbs, my cat really scratched mine. She really fucked it up. Like, Abigail, why are you like this? I just want to give you kisses and cuddles. And I think that's okay. Alright. I can move this so I can actually see the reference that I have pulled up. I also have my reference pulled up on my little like XP pen tablet, so it's not on my computer. And I don't know if I would prefer it, because I keep thinking that I would like to have my references on screen so chat can see them. But also I do know that some people say that like if there's too much going on the screen, then they like it overwhelms them and they like can't really focus on anything. Because like on one hand it is just a still image, but also on the other hand, it is a thing that is now on screen that wasn't previously there before. Yo, is it just me or is this song quieter than everything else? Undyne's feeling shy today. Erase that. Erase that. Erase that, even though I didn't mean to. And then the edge of her face would be there too. Let me actually draw this detail while I'm at it. Yo, Jules! What's up? Welcome to chat. Jules, have very exciting news. Subs have a new emote. Say hi to Jules, everybody. Hi, Jules. Also with the crab. Everyone loves the crab. Nice, I also have no thoughts. Hell yeah, if I ever make like a dummy man mistake, or if I'm just saying things that are just absolutely nonsense, now you can spam no thoughts in the chat. Would you ever do art fight? Okay, is this a safe space, chat? Is this a safe space? I'm still unclear on what art fight even is. I see people do it a lot, and I'm like, cool. I don't know this. I don't know what good for you, I guess. I don't know what it is. Do you just like... I see people make like references for their characters and stuff and say that it's for it. Do you just like draw each other's like characters? Is that it? Art trading game where you draw people's ACs? Like putting your ACs in the wild and the strangers? Okay. So do you just like look at like... Well, I also have opinions on Artfight that are controversial. Damn. Hot takes in chat. Get points for drawing people's characters. Oh. But like points for what? What do the points do? I have arrived. Hello. Congrats on arriving. Pick teams that collect points. There's a whole mechanic, but what do the points? What do the points do? Is it just like cool guy points? Bragging right points? Couldn't care less about the points, honestly. Oh, it's a game where you draw fan art of each other's OCs, and it's like honor-based and stuff as far as I know. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm still a little confused. I get you draw people's OCs. I don't know what the points are. But you know what? I'm all down for just supporting artists and drawing characters. I know people love seeing fan art of their characters. As someone who has received fan art, oh, you see, like, upload your character so that people attack you by drawing / making sculpture, whatever your character. It's a good, fun art trading game. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm a little more clear now. In theory, I would like to. Truth is, I just got too much shit going on all of the time. Points are just for funsies? Okay, gotcha. So there is no, like, winning, really. It's just you just draw each other's characters and have a fun time. That's cool. Yeah, in theory I would like to. I'm way too busy with so many things all of the time. Maybe next year or something I can look into, like, having a stream or a few streams where I do it. I'm assuming it doesn't matter if it's, like, finished illustrations versus sketches versus, like, liner. I'm sure it's just whatever you can do. It seems like a very casual type thing, despite how many people are how seriously people seem to take it. But I have wanted to try doing something. In theory, I would like to do a subathon. I don't think I'm built for that. I just don't think I'm built that way. But I do think it would be fun to eventually maybe do a month where I stream every day, and to like ease into that, I wanted to start by doing like a week where I stream every day of the week. So maybe I can next year around Artfight time. Some of those I could try doing that, and some of the streams can be Artfight. Put together based on the level of your work, like fully feels. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Gotcha. So, yeah, I would like to... I would consider it with an asterisk on it. Asterisk. This thing. The little butthole symbol. I'd consider it with a little butthole symbol next to it. Can also post your characters, whoever, but drawing... I'm assuming you meant whatever, but drawing people's characters only during July. I see, I see. Final Fantasy 14. I know Roman numerals. I know them. But yeah, we'll see. I'm assuming it's a safe for work thing. Hydrangeas. Oh, wait, hold on. There's hydrangeas on this. Hydrangea is hydrangeas. Flower. Alright, you ready for this? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. You ready for this? Boom. There's no fully rendered flower in this sketch. I might actually put that up for a reference, but I always wanted to try, but it's too much, for me. It's too complicated, so I don't even want to understand that fight. That's my controversial opinion. That's also very fair. I mean, you are in college, to be fair. Unless you call it university there. Hydrangea. Gotcha. I'm a super smart man. Okay, so let's see. The hydrangeas are right here-ish. Alright, so I can probably get away with just adding, like, have, like, a few defined flowers, and then just add petals as, like, a shortcut. I think university would be more accurate, but I don't know. I just said art school in English, yeah. What's it like to actually afford school? What's it like being able to afford a higher education? It sucks, damn. Where's my... There we go. Oh, that's the... I forgot to lock my rough sketch. She moving, she's on the go. Oh my god, the Lavender Town Syndrome's gonna get us, guys. Has its ups and downs, I'd say. Like, I learned a lot, but there's a lot of things that suck as well, like with every type of school, yeah. In America, college for most people is just a fun little fantasy. My friend's grandmother got me a shark notebook with an AI cover, so I'm probably gonna paint over it. Ooh. I think that's one of the worst parts about AI being everywhere, is that there's so many, like, well-meaning, like, old people who, like, are just not aware of it. Oh, oops. Remember when I said I was just gonna do a few petals? I mean, I'll still probably do that, but I do want to fill this out a little bit more. Wanna know what's funny about me not being able to pronounce hydrangeas? I had a whole hyperfixation on, like, the language of flowers. So I should know, and yet... Alright, that can merge down. I was looking at the cover after a hot minute, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that shark? Yeah. What's funny is that, like, so many, AI tech bros are like, there's nothing wrong with using AI. Like, AI image generation is totally fine, but then no one will admit to using it, and they always lie and say that they drew it themselves. Like, if there's nothing wrong with it, then be honest about it. Like, do it with your whole chest, dude. Put your whole tits into that. I also copy-paste my flowers and I draw her, yeah. God, can you imagine drawing some hydrangeas, traditionally? Did you ever do a turnaround? Because I had, 2 over the last year, and I'd tell you that shit. Yeah, I do turnarounds, for comic characters. How in-depth are they? Because when I do turnarounds for, like, my comic characters, that's mostly what I do it for. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kelson. Thank you. Whenever I do, turnarounds for comic characters, if they're an important character, I'll do, like, front, back, and side. And then, if they're a more minor character, I'll do, like, front and back. But I know if you're if you're doing like 2D animation in particular, you'll have to draw like the front view and then slightly 3/4 and then more 3/4 and then side and then slightly 3/4 back, and it's a lot. Turn around. I generally don't mind doing them, but whenever they get incredibly specific and you need a lot of angles, that's when it starts to like get tedious. Our education major so far, college bullshit. I have the most difficult art class I've ever taken. And then just making first grade level paintings in my other class. Well, at least it seems like a nice wind down. Okay, I think these flowers need to be slightly bigger. Just a tad. Thing has to line up and shit and be isometric. Yeah, it's the last one I did over Discord, so you can see. Hell yeah. Please do. Like, I saw a YouTube short of someone doing a turnaround for like an animation thing, and literally it was so much, like, so many different angles in the turnaround that you can literally just like put them all, like, they basically was able to make like an animation of it rotating. And like that's the type of turnarounds that I could never do. Ooh. Oh yeah, that looks like tedious shit there. I like how the pronouns of this character are he, they, she, doesn't care. Very good. It's a cool character, though. Yeah, I did a turnaround reference thing that I'm working on for my VTuber model. It's nothing so far. I just, literally just made, like, the body base, and I'm currently working on the hair. They have science to do, no time for pronouns. Yeah. That's how when I was explaining Peak to my friend, that's how I explained it to him. I was like, the genderless scouts, they don't experience gender, just nature and climbing. People who don't have a preference for pronouns are so powerful. You can never be misgendered. Like, if there's, like, a non-binary person who uses all pronouns, but then also, like, presents kind of femininely, people who are, like, transphobic will start calling you she because they think that it's, like, offensive to you. But if you use any pronouns, like, she is included in that. So you're not doing anything. You're not proving a point. Perfect explanation, exactly. And I would know, I'm an expert in that game. I'm so sad when I played Peak this morning. I didn't find a single rescue claw. Not a one. I need some water. Remember to hydrate, everybody. You are, although you still need one achievement. Yes, the hardest one in the game. I have no idea if this is a hot take. I think the hardest achievement to get in Peak is to catch the flying discs from 100 meters away. I have tried, and oh boy have I failed. But everyone should take a moment to thank Jules for sacrificing their life many times in order for me to get certain achievements. We do need to play again, though, Jules. I don't think I'd be able to at all this week because I'm going to be streaming Deltarune when it comes out on Wednesday, and then after, in between that, in between me playing Deltarune on release, I have to work on a video because I'm working with a company, so there's like actual deadlines and stuff for it. Same brain, yeah. I'm just always thinking about Peak, but you probably guessed that. I would like to do another stream playing it, but we all know how that went with my computer last time. I do think it would be fun, because they added the custom modes in Peak, so I think it would be fun to... That stream was so funny, it was. I loved that stream. Throughout the entire history of me, like, doing social media, like, my favorite videos and, like, streams and stuff has always been when I had a friend with me. It's just always been a fun time. But I was thinking of doing a stream where I just play around with custom modes and try to do, like, fun little challenges. Like, one that I thought of was make all of the items in the suitcases balloons. And then also make, like, climbing take a little more stamina and stuff, and then just see how quickly I can get to the top of the mountain by just floating with balloons. And then I would have to, like, rely on naturally occurring foods. I think that could be fun. Let's see. When you're figuring out commission pricings, what were some things you considered working on making my commission info? 2 things that are the biggest piece of commission advice that I can give anybody. 1, make sure... oh, actually, made it to stream once. Welcome. Number 1, make sure you are pricing yourself at least minimum wage. If not higher. Absolutely minimum wage. If you don't know how long a drawing takes you, make a drawing... Like, this is literally what I had to do, because I have horrible time blindness, and so I never knew how long things took me, which was always the biggest struggle with, like, trying to figure out how to price commissions. And so the reason I only started out with, like, the only reason that I started out with just bust shots was because I would draw a bust shot example, and I would, like, time myself in the different stages and how long each one would take me. And then after that, like, if the sketch took you, like, an hour, look up what minimum wage is in your area. If it's, like, I don't know, like, $14 an hour, make it at least $14, probably more. Sketches, I would say, always charge more than minimum wage, because they typically don't take as long. Like, let's say a fully rendered illustration took you, like, 4 hours or something. Or, like, a cell shade took you, like, 4 hours. Look up your state's minimum wage, do 4 hours times that, and then I usually round up to the nearest 5. So if I, let's say, I don't remember exactly how long the bust shot took me, but let's say the ending price between, like, that would be, like, $82 or something, then I would round up to 85. I would typically avoid doing, I think just keeping it in, like, 5s or 0s is, also if you do your commissions too cheap, people sadly do tend to accuse one of using AI. Yeah, that's also true. So yeah, number 1 tip, charge at least minimum wage. Number 2 tip, there is, wherever you put your commission info, I have it on a card, like a card website, there is one line that there's one line that I added to my commission info that made me start making more money on commissions. And that line is, tips are not required, but greatly appreciated. Because It's not that people don't want to tip artists that they're commissioning. It's just that most people don't think to do that. They just don't really think of it. Illustration professor actually had us fill out a Google spreadsheet to price our work each time we finished a project. Oh, nice. That is very helpful. But yeah, just not everybody who commissions you will leave a tip. But people are more likely to leave a tip if you just have the reminder that they can do that. Always tip my artists? Hell yeah, we love to hear it. So yeah. Minimum wage and tips. Number two, the two most, probably the biggest pieces of commission advice I could give. Accidentally hella undercharged for a piece recently, probably ended up being paid like $5 per hour. Yikes. Generally always tipping someone. I feel like crap if I don't. Yeah, what sucks about being an American right now is that, like, I also try to leave tips, especially because, like, tipping is a big thing in America. I think it's the pretty notorious, like, example is, like, waiters and waitresses. Most of the money made from, like, wait staff is through tips. Like, they always make below minimum wage. I always love this crap, man. I was there when he was created. I'm so happy that I was there. Hell yeah. And so, like, tipping is a massive thing. And then there's also, you also leave tips a lot for, like, I always have leave a tip for when I take my dog to the groomers. Like, tipping is just a big thing in America. But what sucks is that right now, everybody's broke because everything's expensive. And so a lot of the times I just don't have money to tip. Or at least, like, leave a good tip. And then I feel bad. But, like, I can't afford it. I can't afford more than that tip. So it's a lose-lose situation. Alright, this bow right here is, like, semi-transparent, so I'm probably going to add some, like, thin lines to hint at that. I think this actually needs to be a little longer. Don't know if I love that right there. I think this looks like line art, but no, this is just a sketch. And it makes me so mad. Yeah, I've been trying to be more loose with my sketches, but I guess it's not working. I feel like it's easier for me to be loose with my sketches on traditional art. But just if you ever have a hard time figuring out if I'm doing sketching or line art, my line art is super crisp and clean. I, like, never do messy line art. So if you see stuff like this, where this line is, like, not even and stuff, return to lurk. Hello, Oliver. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for joining. I'm doing good today. I hope you're doing good as well. But I do need to work on getting looser with my digital art sketches. This brush has been helping just because, like, the pen pressure sensitivity is honestly kind of weird. It's like it starts off really, like, low opacity, really thick, and then you push a little bit and it gets, like, thinner, and then you push and it gets thicker again. Job market is horrible. I got rejected from working at a start. I'm a full-time art student. Yeah. Job market does suck right now, unfortunately. Alright, I'll come back to the hair. But since this brush has like really whack pen pressure sensitivity, it's kind of had to make me be a little less precious. I find sketching digital art so much harder somehow than traditional art. I don't find it more difficult necessarily. The only reason I would find it more difficult is because I'm like not as loose with it. But I want to try to apply to CalArts with no intention of going. Just want to see if I can get in. What a power move. Be sure to keep us updated if that ever happens. This kind of sounds like a Final Fantasy song. Now that I think about it. It's a Pokemon song, right? Yeah, it's Zinnia's song. Loki sounded like Final Fantasy. How banger would it be to flex an accepted CalArts sketchbook? That would be a pretty big flex. I think the main problem I'm having with this bow is these lines right here. So let me just erase them and I'll fix them later. I feel like it was giving the bow an odd shape. Okay, and then we'll push it in a bit. Alright. There's a stripe on the edge of this bow. And then I've been blessed with drawing ruffles. Ruffles are something where I'm just like, I don't know what to add to this design. Ruffles and or lace. Have an obsession with ruffles? You're in the right place, my friend. You found the right Twitch stream. Got the new emote with channel points, let's go. Hell yeah! We can have no thoughts together. Ruffles are so fun, hell yeah. I've been meaning to upload the ruffle brush that I made to Clip Studio Assets, because ruffle brushes are such like a love-hate relationship with me, because on one hand they're very helpful to have, but also most of the ones that I download, I feel like ruffle brushes in general are just very specific to the artist's art style, and it's so easy to look out of place if a different artist uses them and their art style is vastly different. And like that was the issue I was having. I couldn't really find any that actually looked good with my art style, so I just had to make one myself. So I have a ruffle brush. And it was very annoying to figure out how to do. But I did it. Because I'm the best to ever do it. Okay, this bow I think is good, but I feel like it's a little misplaced. Not transform. Isolate, then transform. I think it just needs to be rotated and then pushed up a bit. Oh, my dial pad's running out of battery. Hold on. Gotta plug this in. If it died on stream, that would be tragic. Hold on. Hold on. Ah! Or I can drop it. That's also fine. Oh my god, last time I showed Mo to stream, he drooled on it. So that's cool. God, it is so fucking hot in my stream. This is your reminder to hydrate, everybody. Showing coworker my drawing and one of the kids asked to see it and went, "That's not even good," and then walked away. No! That's honestly typical kid behavior. Now that I stop to think about it, not even a little bit shocking. Kids are... I said I don't like kids, and I stand by that, but I do enjoy how kids are very honest and overshare. I think it's so fucking funny. Love working with kids because I have the audacity to say whatever. Yeah. That would be the upside for sure. Worked a little bit in kindergarten, let's just say. I was insulted and complimented to the extremes. That sounds about right, my friend. One time my niece has one of those, like, drawing board things where it's like, you know how it has like a black screen, then you draw on it with like the pen that it comes with, and it's like makes like lines, and then you press the button and it erases it. My niece has one of those. And she usually asks me to like draw things for her. I'll draw her like animals and stuff. But one time I like wasn't there, I was like sleeping or something, and so she's asking my mom to draw things for her. And she asked my mom to draw her an elephant. And so my mom drew an elephant, and she looked at it, she's like, "Is that a pig?" My mom was like, "Wow, insulting my elephant." But my niece is generally pretty polite. So we don't really get the oversharing, but she does cheat at hide and seek, I'll have you know. I'll play with her, and she'll want to play hide and seek. First of all, she's only the ever one allowed to seek. I am never allowed to seek, I always have to hide. And then she'll count to 10. She counts to 10 really fast, and then uncovers her eyes at 4. I'm like, okay. Because I have to make a run for it every time. Me and my trans coworker bonded over the gender confusion kids have towards us, and the kids will straight up say, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And my non-binary coworker was like, "What the fuck do I say to that?" Yeah. I remember before I started taking testosterone, now I read very much like male. But before I started taking testosterone, people were very confused most of the time. And I did walk past this one kid who was like, maybe like 7 or so. Like 6 or 7. And he saw me, and then he was just like, wait, are you a boy or a girl? And then, like, his mom was like, very much, like, stop, don't, stop. Because it was just, like, apropos of nothing, and I was just walking by. My niece and nephew are my life, but holy crap, are they savage. Oh, first time chat. Hello, welcome. Thing one stuff. Welcome. For context, I gained weight because I had surgery and my nephew poked my stomach and he was, why are you so fat and squishy? Damn. The disrespect. Okay, I think I want to go back up to the head. Finish up this hat. Looks like there's just a bit of fabric here. And then, kids are savage, man, they absolutely are. I will say my niece is more polite than savage. She does have her moments, but for the most part, she's just very sweet. My mom bought her, like, a set of wooden puzzles, because she really likes puzzles. Got her some Lilo and Stitch ones. There's, like, one big one, and then 4 little ones. And I was sitting there solving them with her. And then, by the time we got to the last little puzzle, she was, like, kind of bored. But, you know, it's a puzzle for kid. So, you know, it was just like 6 pieces, so I was like, whatever, I'll just put it together for her real quick so she can see it. And then I was like, hey, look, I finished, look, she's like, look at the picture. And then she looked at it, like, she saw that I solved it, and she was like, you did it! I'm so proud of you! And I was like, oh my god, it doesn't matter what happens in life, my niece is proud of me. That's precious. She is very precious. It was so sweet. And honestly, one of the highlights of my life. Actually, get rid of that one. Or I can put a big black blob there instead. Also an option. Sometimes kids do really say the things you need to hear, yeah. My brother also spontaneously came over one day to teach me how to drive. And my niece was there. And was like, I can't believe you're making me drive with your daughter in this car. But she said I did a good job. I'm like, thank you. Actually, I think the hat would be, you wouldn't see the top of it, right? It'd be, because it looks like it's tilting more this way. And there's one time where, my niece loves dinosaurs. And one time, we were, the people who live in the house across the street from us were, like, clearing out, like, a bunch of junk. They were just, like, clearing out all this shit in their house. And lo and behold, one of the things they put out at the curb was a dinosaur rocking chair. And so my mom, like, she went over and she's like, "Are you guys getting rid of this?" And they're like, "Yeah." She's like, "Can I take this for my well, her granddaughter?" She's like, "Can I take this for my granddaughter because like she loves dinosaurs?" And they're like, "Yeah, go for it." And so she took it and she like repainted it and everything. And then my brother sent us a video of her using it, and she was like, "Thank you, Grandma. You did a good job. I love you." And I'm like, for every, she just counteracts every evil shithead child that is out there. By being a precious baby. Alright, head is done. God, I am cooking in my room right now. I do have a desk fan, but I am not turning it on because it makes a lot of noise. So I hope you guys are appreciative of what I go through for you. Aunt has a granddaughter and 3 grandsons, and they're playing with me. On Father's Day, I heard some noise. It turned out to be a surprise visit, and the second she saw me, she started smiling and reaching for me. That's so cute. Yeah, I somehow ended up being my niece's go-to playmate. And then it sucks when I have, like, work to do, because then she, like, wants to come in and play with me, but she's 3, so she doesn't understand the concept of bills. Made a YouTube video about my characters for Art Fight and rewatched some of your Earthy videos while I worked on it. Hell yeah. I appreciate it, thank you. Yes, people still ask me about my OC videos. I feel kind of bad, because I just, like, I started talking about the reboot of Andy's universe, and then, stopped. I fractured my ankle, nephew was probably like 4 or 5. At the time, I walked to the kitchen with the short little stubby legs and climbed to the counter to grab an ice pack. Aww, that's so cute. Yeah. I think they might be Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. Hurdlesy videos, those are like 4 years old at the latest? Yeah. Something like that. Long story short, I just heavily associate them with, like, a horrible time in my life. So, it's hard for me to make them without, like, feeling gross. I have considered making one final video where I go over everything that's changed about Andy's universe, since a lot of people didn't get a conclusion on that, really. But other than that, do not expect any more OC videos from me for at least a long while. Because I mostly associate them with avoiding some serious life issues, like feeling the things that serious life issues cause to me. So, it's literally just ignoring trauma, the series. So, can't say I'm gonna be jumping to make those anytime soon. But I think specifically with Luca, I really want to talk about how he changed. Because that boy is very different now. Kids are either bad or good, they just can't understand social norms. Yeah. Look at the bro they just got here. So true. Yeah, a lot of being a child is just like learning what is and is not socially acceptable. I'm gonna start saying that whenever I, like, don't pick up on the social cue or say something awkward. Just like, sorry, I just got here. Alright, and the top is one of these. Actually, I don't think where the lines would be, like, on the inside of the chest. Since this is where it's, like, largest, I don't think there would be too much fabric wrinkling around there. Bro, they just got here is a real banger. Yeah. I have no idea how I would make it happen, but whenever I do make emotes, I could make a bro I just got here emote. I don't know what that would entail necessarily. I feel like that's a lot of words to put on an emote because they're very small. But I think it can be done with some thinking. I could make one that says bro, and then one that says just got here. And you can use them simultaneously. Nowadays I got soda that tastes like straight sunscreen? What the fuck kind of soda? What soda have you been consuming, my friend? B-B-I-G-G-H, B for people in the know. It's a real if you know you know type of emote. Actually, let me just get rid of that. Some Walker's Chill Pop Pineapple Coconut. I don't know what that is. And from the sounds of it, maybe it's best kept that way. Something I should do, I should set a reminder for, because ads are in progress right now. Something that I was considering doing was adding like just like an ads section where it's like 3 or 5 minutes of ads just in the middle of the stream, and then have that be that. And maybe I can play around with that for the Deltarune streams I'll be doing this week if I actually remember. Because I do know some people, such as Jules, mostly just experience, like, they'll experience games from me. Like, through me, rather. But also Jules is subbed, so they get around that. I'm in ad jail, but I need more coffee, I swear. Yeah, what sucks, I did learn it's an ADHD thing that coffee helps you focus. Which, in hindsight, makes a lot of sense, because I'll have 1 cup of coffee. Or just caffeine in general, I guess. But, like, I'll have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and then that's it. And that's when I'm most productive. So in hindsight, it really checks out. But it sucks because my caffeine tolerance is just so low. What's your hourly rate charge for commissions, if you don't mind me asking? I don't remember. I don't mind you asking, but I don't remember. I'm sorry. Basically, the way I did it is I did the minimum wage thing, and then figured out how much each section would charge with minimum wage, and then I would decide if I thought it was too cheap or not. So, like, sketches are a lot more than minimum wage for me. Because because they felt, after I applied the minimum wage to it, it felt way too cheap. But other than that, I don't think there really was one. I would just apply minimum wage and then adjust either. I don't think I kept any of them at minimum wage, but I would do minimum wage plus whatever I felt was appropriate for the commission type. Like, I think line art is about minimum wage, like, just slightly more, but then, like, full rendering is, like, more. Made the most gender character for my comic? Hell yeah, we love to see it. Happy Pride Month, everyone. See, I both love and hate gender, so yeah, happy Pride Month, hell yeah. Okay, so this little band here at the bottom of her torso, or I can do the eyedropper tool, doesn't actually extend all the way around her torso on the top one. There's like two of them, but for the sake of having this drawing cut off at a bit more natural way, I am making the executive decision to make it wrap around. But also, owner of this character, I can change it back if you would like. I just thought it made it, the cutoff of the bust shot, feel a little more natural. I allow that? Okay, cool. Alright, and then we got these. Then these look like they extend all the way around to the back. Actually do this one first, and then that can... Here we are. Commission talker reminded me of this one commission I had. So the person wanted a clean sketch. Cool, I can do that. Did the sketch and sent it, and then told my price. And what they did, they said, I ain't paying. I should be getting it for free. Yeah, never ever take commissions before accepting payment. Anybody who... That's another big commission tip. Do not make a commission without accepting full payment. Because it's Gratian stumbled upon this stream. Used to watch your videos religiously a few years ago. Hell yeah, welcome. Thank you for popping in. But yeah, what I'll do is I will allow people to send payment in sections, but I will not start the commission until I get full payment. The furthest I will go with any commission without getting paid is the thumbnail stage. Because that takes literally, like, 2 minutes. So, yeah. Never ever accept commission without payment first. And if anybody has a problem with that, they can fuck off. Okay, after... Let me actually unlock that layer and then see what this looks like tilted a bit. I feel like she's... Oh, not that way. I feel like she's leaning slightly. How's that? She's doing a little dance. Yeah, I think I like it. Oh my god, I think we are gonna have time for some comic work, because I'm almost done with this. Just gotta do this little sleeve over here and then the arm. Oh my god, before I do comic work, I should, who wants to hear a fun fact? I'll hear a fun fact. Before I move on to comic work, once I'm done with this, I do want to show you guys a clip, because we raided someone at the end of my last stream. And, they reacted to a Momo clip. The clip of Mo purring into the microphone. And I'm obsessed with it. So I can share it all with you guys. And then the sleeve is transparent. When they refused to pay, they said, sorry, I can't give you a commission, and they blocked. I was blocked after that. I found out later they did that to 5 other artists. Damn. Asshole. You want to see it? Okay, I'll definitely pull that up before I start comic work. I'm honestly obsessed with it, and I've watched it so many times. I literally, because I raided, and then every time I end stream, I have to go straight to feed the animals. So I didn't see it as it was happening. It's just after I fed them and like took care of the VOD and everything, I went back and saw the clip, and I literally had to clip it on their channel because I was obsessed with that clip. Which poisonous plants in Florida is... I don't know if it's Mencilla or Mencia. I don't know the language origin. The tree is so toxic that just standing under it while it's raining will cause horrible blisters. Oh, sick. Sick. Literally. Sick. Just like standing underneath that tree while it's raining. Closed my commissions after that to focus on my comic. But always it brought up that memory. Yeah. That tree is a real hater, Jules. You're so right. Spanish for little apple. Oh, that makes sense. Because what's apple in Spanish? Was it manzana? That makes sense. So it is, Mencia. Mencia. Mencia transitions. God, I can't believe we're getting scammed out of our Chromer twice this stream. Alright, and then looks like the buttons on these cups are near the thumb, so you might see it a little bit. Unless it references the poison apple from Snow White or the apple from the Bible, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know where the apple part came from, but I'm just saying the reason that the word is that. Okay, I'm gonna be so real. I started talking and then my brain just like thought about some other shit. So I forgot what I was saying and I forgot my point, but I'm assuming it was a really smart and cool thing that I was saying. Everyone should just say, wow, so true, Oliver. You're so smart. So then that way, if anybody pops into stream, they'll think I'm a super genius. Tree should be called poisonous hater tree? Yeah. That's what it's colloquially known as. It's Mencia tree. Also known as the poisonous hater tree. Alright, this arm. I think this arm's a bit long. So let's We'll isolate that. Then scooch it up. It's Australia levels of toxic. Yeah. I was about to say Australia catching strays, and then I remembered most of the world's, like, most deadly animals live in Australia. So maybe it's not a stray that they're catching. It's just an observational fact. That now. So I feel like the arm is still slightly too long, but because of, like, the poofy sleeves, I feel like I can get away with it. Like, I feel like if you really look at the arm, it looks too long, but the poofy sleeve, like, hides it. So I guess we'll just leave that. Unless the commissioner is watching this fuming in chat right now. This, just driving us with my monitor and was like, look how beautiful this is. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I was just going to say that this pattern on the sleeve is like the exact pattern, basically, that, I drew on one of the socks in my Slutty Elf Andy, but if your husband's here, maybe I shouldn't say that. So I hope you're glad that I didn't say that. Remember when Peppa Pig episode released an episode on how spiders are our friends, and it got blocked in Australia? Yeah. Oh, first time chatter, hello. Adam is the goat. I guess Adam is the goat. It says so right there. Spiders are your friends unless you live in Australia. That's what the... Actually, I think the arm's the right size. Okay, cool. You are in art school, so... You do know best. From now on, Jules, whenever you give me a critique on one of my drawings, I am just going to be like, well, you are the professional. Okay, and then... You got a question? Ask away. Oh shit, the responsibility? Yeah. That's what you didn't consider when you got an art degree. Just realized I think I found a honeypot ant in my car. I don't know what a honeypot ant is. Is it an ant who, lures people in to have sex with them and then, steals all of their belongings and or gives their personal information to a scamming company? Would you ever draw Dante from Devil May Cry? I am not a fan of Devil May Cry. Not that I dislike it. I just am not in that fandom. So on my own, no, but I do allow commissions of fictional characters, so if anybody ever commissions me for that. I also have considered doing, I think it would be fun to do a stream where I do chat requests in 1 minute. So I can also do it then. Love your style, though. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bump that down a bit. I think I actually want to get rid of that. I don't like how that looks. Is that all? I think that's all. We done? I think so. Alright, since the commissioner is in chat, I don't even have to ask for, I don't even have to wait for an email for feedback. Any changes you'd like to be made? Or are we good? It's an ant that eats a ton of sugar and gets fat than other ants. In times of scarcity, use them as a food source? Oh my god, that's so fucked up. That is so fucked up, but also the commissioner likes it, so that's more important. I'll trust the craft from memory, so you have to draw the from memory, drawing from memory? Damn. Well, I'm glad that you like this. If it is okay with you... first, let me center it. I'll sign this first, and then I will send you the file after stream. My computer is set to only record, Clip Studio, but I'm still paranoid that I may dox myself or you. So, I will definitely, don't search yourself with the send. Alright, hell yeah. Yeah, there we are. Our lovely commission stream. That will turn into a, yeah, we have like an hour that we can use for comic work. But first, I am gonna pause the music. So I can find the, Momo clip that we can all react to. Genuinely, I've watched it every single day. Oh, fun. It's actually the streamer was Palmtacular, who is actually live right now. Fun fact. Let's see. Go over to clips. If my computer can load. She's trying her best. She is, oh boy, she is sure trying her best. Okay. Okay, there we go. We'll full screen this, and then sources. Here we are. This is, oh my god, this is so meta. A Twitch stream of a Twitch stream reacting to a Twitch stream. After this, we should, clip this, send it to them so they can react to it. Alright. No idea what this volume's gonna be, by the way, so brace yourselves.
Adam, a VTuber, and oh, let's see this clip.
You say hi? Meet your mama.
Is it a cat? Is the cat gonna say hi? There's a dog?
Okay, you could go.
It's a creature!
Here you go.
What kind of creature is that?
I'm obsessed with it. What kind of creature is that? I love it so much. It's a creature is so iconic. It really is, genuinely. I thought about it at least 5 times a day since it happened. It's a creature! What kind of creature is that? If they're still live, by the time, I'm done, we can raid them and everyone can just go in their chat and be like, it's a creature! But yeah, this is the comic page I am working on, by the way. This will be our last hour of stream time. Here I blocked out the dialogue. But I can show you the sketches more. There we are. Fill in the dialogue yourself, chat. What do you think they're saying? But yeah, this is going to be some line art time. We'll zoom into our boy here. Our boy Damien. Is that a good size? Yeah, we can work with that. I feel like I also work faster generally with comic work. Should be taking notes for my comic. Well, I'm just doing line art, so I don't know how much there is to take notes of. Panel layout, I see. Yeah, I've had to really learn about webcomic panel layout. Because I feel like with like a traditional comic or graphic novel, you have a lot more freedom with how you can lay out the panels. But with webcomics, you can't really do much. Maybe, depending on what it is, you can fit 2 panels side by side. But then also at the same time, if you just have like a panel stacked on top of a panel, stacked on top of a panel, stacked on top of a panel, like it can get very bland and boring to look at. So learning how to actually operate around that is a bit interesting to figure out. Friend just sent me a snippet of opening of Ocarina of Time and all the memories came crashing back. Yeah, I say I've only ever played Wind Waker, that's mostly true. I have played some of the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time. I never finished it, and I don't remember anything about it. Other than there is an ocarina that is of the time. Something I have been doing in the pages of Chapter 3, whenever I do line art, and there's something that's black, if it's like a more smaller panel, like less important panel, I'll just shade the black bits with black fills in the line art. Just to save a little bit of time in rendering. Remaking Ocarina of Time to look so cool already? For the second time? Are they remaking a remake, or are they remaking the original? The 3DS one was a remake, right? It wasn't a port. Unless it was a port. I'm not well versed in Zelda. It was an HD remake? Okay. So it was like a port that they just upped the graphics on, essentially. Is that what that is? They just remade it as closely as they could. My brain is not fully there. That is so fair. Oh wait, no. His little flippy bit. Yes, a page that I did debate working on. Oh my god, this is fun. You can't see the window, but you can see my mouse. Try to guess what my files are and where they are located. Where is it? It was the same one that was in my, worst experience with a follower video, just because I really like the fake dialogue that I put there. So rendering this one was also up there for this stream, but I figured I should probably finish the line art on the pages first. It's a miracle that I get anything done with my brain the way it is. That's how I feel every day of my life. Momo, why are you crying? Can you hear the boy? Anyone in art fight this year? We were just talking about that earlier! I actually got a pretty decent explanation on what art fight is because I had no idea. Momo? Momo? And now he's laying on the bed, acting like he wasn't just screaming at me. Typical Mo behavior, to be honest. Working on refs last minute right now? Good luck. I do remember many years ago, someone did ask if I can make reference sheets for all my characters, which in theory I would love to do. But my god, that would take an insane amount of time, and that I don't have. Momo is always so cute. It's a blessing to hear his cute little voice. Yeah, he's also a menace, but we'll focus on the cute part first. Oh, wait, to fill in his hair. You don't have to make refs. Most people just put art they have of them. Yeah. But still, like, not art fight related thing. I would love to make references of all my characters. I just don't have the time. I still haven't even made reference for some of my comic characters. The main ones are there. But a little comic backstory. It's cursed. Every time I go to make a chapter, at least one traumatic life event happens. I keep saying that. However, during one of those times, I decided to, like, kind of rewrite the script. To be fair, I have 1 million characters. Exactly. You haven't even seen how many characters are in this fucking comic. Is it next chapter you see new characters, or is it the chapter after? I don't know why I'm asking you guys. You don't know. But either chapter 4 or chapter 5, you'll see new characters. But anyways, I started to rework the script at one point, and I added, like, a whole new, story arc. Back when I was originally going to release my comic in 2021, I think, yeah, 2021, everything was done. Like, the script was done, all the character references were done, major locations were done, but then when I decided to rework the script, a lot of it came with, like, character redesigns. And so now I'm just, like, making turnarounds, like, as I go. So, like, the characters that you see in the next chapters, their turnarounds aren't done yet because I just haven't made that, chapter yet. But what sucks about my comic is that 2 of my most favorite characters that I've ever designed ever don't come in until much, 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 much later. So, I've been suffering with that. Suffering from success, truly. How you resist drawing your comic characters in your sketchbooks is mind-boggling to me. Yeah. To be fair, my sketchbook nowadays is mostly either YouTube video-related stuff or after-work scribbles. Reference sheets would probably be easier if you use Blender, but then that means I have to learn Blender. I don't want to do that. I'm already in the middle of learning a new video editing program. I don't want to learn another thing. And also, I feel like since I watched Drawfee, every single time I use Blender, just in my head on a loop, is just gonna be like, Julia, is this Blender? And I'm never gonna be free from that. Learned Blender in high school and God, it was hell. I was supposed to learn Blender in high school. In reality, I made a dumb thing and then never touched it again and forgot everything. Because I was barely paying attention to begin with. Because I did take an animation and Photoshop class when I was in high school. Wasn't sure how to ask us about any advice on starting an art-based YouTube channel. I really want to kick that up, but I'm not sure how to start since I'm basically working with my phone to record and a dream. Here's the thing. When you are just starting out, you do not need any fancy equipment. Do you want to know? Here, I'm going to illustrate for you guys what it was like for me when I first started recording YouTube videos. So, like, this was my desk, right? This was my desk. I would have my drawing. I would have desk lamp. I think I had a long one at the time. I would have stack of manga. Slightly askew stack of manga. And then I would have phone on manga, tilted down. So camera was right here, it was tilted down, with shoestrings helping it balance, tied to my lamp. That was my recording setup for so long. And then eventually I got a little camcorder, did this exact same thing, except it was a camcorder. That's what I did. You do not need fancy equipment at all. My biggest advice is just real creative with how you record stuff. Emily Artful would talk about how, I don't know if she got like official lighting set up now. Like I think they're called box lights, like those lights with like the white screen on it to help diffuse the light. If you get a paper towel and just like tape it or rubber band it over your desk lamp, it'll have that same effect. You can get fancy equipment once you know you really want to go through with that. Exactly. I got a camera after doing YouTube for like 3 years or something, like the camera that I use now. So when you're just starting out, literally just get creative with how you film things. Just find random shit you have in your house and like, can I make a tripod out of this? Can I use this to balance the weight of this camera? Can I use this to angle my phone correctly? I don't know what you have for editing. I will recommend, I mentioned I'm learning a new editing program. I would recommend you learn this right away. Get DaVinci Resolve. I have used a lot of editing programs. I've used, for a long time, I used Movavi, or not, I used Wondershare Filmora. It's always a tongue twister to say. I stopped using them many years ago at this point because they added, image and video generation stuff and just generative AI is something I'm very against. So once they added that, I uninstalled it. After that, I used Movavi Video Editor, which is fine, but I feel like I needed something a little bit more complex. I actually just uninstalled Movavi, and I am in the middle of using DaVinci Resolve. There's a paid version and a free version. From my understanding, 90% of the program is free, and if you're doing simple edits, you won't need any of the complicated stuff at all. But there's a bit of a learning curve. I would definitely look up a video of like the basics of it, because opening it, if you've never, especially if you've never looked at a video editing software before, it's very overwhelming to look at. So definitely look up a video of the breakdowns of everything, just like what windows do what, and then after that, don't worry about learning everything. Just if there's like a specific effect you want to have, be like, how do I do this? Like, just look up how do I do this in DaVinci Resolve, and then learn that, and then later you'll find another thing you want to do, and it's like, oh, how do I do this in DaVinci Resolve? Because truth be told, you won't need, if you're making YouTube videos, you won't need most of those features, especially if they're more simple. Also learned DaVinci in that class, and my teacher also had us edit full movies on it. I mean, it's a great program. There's a bit of a learning curve. Once I learn it, I should, in theory, be faster with editing videos. I'll either get faster or will improve with quality for the videos that I make. It's the video I'm editing now, I'm using DaVinci Resolve, and I feel like it just runs on my computer a little easier. I feel like Movavi Video Editor was really like... I don't know, she would chug. I feel like it can handle DaVinci, despite it being a more complex program. Special effects action movies? Nice. Yeah, there's a lot. Apparently it's very good for, like, color grading, so if you're worried about, like, lighting and stuff, obviously, if you can film with the best lighting that you can possibly get. But after that, apparently DaVinci Resolve is very good with, like, editing color. Mama, why you loafed up? Why you loafed up, buddy? Sometimes I see Mo sitting there and he looks like the no talk Mimi Angie kitty. He just gives off that sort of energy. Realize how long it's been since I've been in high school. I'm old now, according to my nephew. Yeah. The moment I reached the point in my life where I was officially out of high school longer than I've been in high school, I was like, Jesus. I was like, holy fuck. Want to see more Mo pics in the future, please? I want to see the loaf. You got it. Here, after stream ends, send me a message in Discord and I'll see what I got on my phone. Apparently being in your 20s now is old, yeah. I'm 26 now, so I'm... big old man. I do love Damien and this little group of characters in my comic. I adore them. I think they're so silly. For a child, you're already a senior from 24 upwards. Exactly. Like, I think about being a kid and being like, oh, that person's 22? They're, like, a full-fledged adult. And then by the time I got to 22, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with anything. I don't know what this is. How do I do this? What am I doing? I don't know how to cook. Turned 21 this April. My nephew is a kid. Said, congratulations, you are old. Yeah. Now I'm 27. I still think, damn, I'm supposed to be an adult. That's really what it is. That's really what it's like. Oh my god, Jules, out of everybody in our Bitches Bros and Non-Binary Hodes group chat, you're the oldest. I don't want to be an adult anymore, y'all. That's how I feel every goddamn day. Actually change this up a bit. All these old ass people complaining and I'm 19 looking terrified. I thought people figured everything out at like 25. No. The way I hear it, this is the general gist of it. You turn 18, you're like, hell yeah, I'm an adult. And then 19, you're like, yeah, I'm an adult. I'm gonna figure things out at some point. I got time. I'm gonna figure it out. You get to your early 20s, you're like, still waiting to figure that out. You get to 25, you're like, why haven't I figured it out yet? What's happening? You get to your late 20s, you're like, okay, surely by 30 I'm gonna figure it out. You get to 30, you're like, oh, turns out nobody has it figured out. So I'm fine, actually. So if you ever think you don't have it figured out, neither does anybody, so it's fine. So you're okay. Alright, I think that's Damien. Let me fill this in with a color. I may or may not also call stream early, just because I'm getting a little hungry, and I don't think a small snack will cut it. I think I simply must eat the jambalaya that's in my fridge. Parents are in their 50s and they always say shit, I don't know. I don't have this figured out. Yeah. That's literally, gonna be me for the rest of my life, I fear. Alright, I really want to draw this little Lux down here, because they're adorable. Do you want to hear some comic lore? The reason Lux is non-binary. So, Lux as a character in general just exists to balance out. They were the last main character that I made. And just their entire existence was made to balance out the rest of the main cast. And at that point I was like, I have Delaney and Lo, who are both men. I have Alice and Noe, who are both girls. And so I was like, well, we'll just do non-binary. So it's even, it is. Literally just because I was like, I got 2 boys, I got 2 girls, I need 1 more, instead of tipping the scales, non-binary. And that's the reason they're non-binary. In doubt, be non-binary. Good life advice, honestly. Y'all saw that tweet that was like, I'm probably non-binary, but I have a job, so I'm not worried about that right now. I'm genderqueer now, so you're on the right path. Exactly. We love to hear it. Me when my teachers call me a girl. Violence. Every time I hear that tweet, I think of, Rogue from Fairy Tail. It's like, that character is non-binary, I just can't prove it. Which, by the way, I can't remember if I told chat, but I have applied to be a part of a Fairy Tail zine. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers, as I hope I get picked. I want to draw my Blorbos. Can you tell us your Fairy Tail headcanons? I sure can. But you would have to be a little more specific, because I don't even know where. Cross my fingers to get accepted. Thank you. You told the gang, so I am still keeping you in my thoughts. Don't worry. Thank you. I believe it's, I want to say July 15th to 17th is when the, contributor applications are sent, or the contributor results are sent out. So who do you think in Fairy Tail Guild is queer? I'm so glad you asked. First of all, character I don't think many people see as queer, but I can never see anything but queer. Lizana. That is an agender teenager if I've ever seen one. Also, Lizana is vegan. I don't make the rules. Lizana is just vegan, and that's that. I mentioned Rogue non-binary, but Rogue is also bisexual. And since my favorite is the Thunder Legion, I do feel obligated to mention that, why do you pronounce their name like lasagna? First of all, it's lasagna, and her name is Lizana. Very close. Very close. But because of my faves are who they are, I imagine Loxus, doesn't identify with a specific queer label because he has a lot of internalized homophobia. Takes a lot for him to just admit he likes men. And nobody can convince me he doesn't. Also see that with Loxus? Yeah. Take one look at his father and you're like, oh, you traumatized your son, haven't you? And also with Loki, I don't know if this is just me. Still Fairy Tail Loki, I don't know Marvel Loki, sorry. I don't know if this is just me, but every time I see a character whose main trait is, like, being a womanizer, I just immediately think, like, you've definitely slept with a man at least once, and in Loki's case, I'm just not convinced that he ever stopped. It's just about to say, Loxus isn't the type of guy to say pronouns? Male. Loxus definitely was at some point. A series that I've wanted to make it with YouTube Shorts, is, saying on a scale of 1 to 10, like, ranking Fairy Tail characters on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, queer ally, 1 being they would commit a hate crime. And with Loxus, my answer is always just, it entirely depends on when in the series we're talking about, or, like, when in his life we're talking about. Because, like, as a teenager, it would be 5 out of 10. He doesn't care about anything. At the start of the series, it's, like, a 2 out of 10. That man would push me down the stairs and call me a slur without hesitation. But then from the Tenro Island arc onwards, 10 out of 10, I trust him with my life. He means it in I don't have pronouns, I'm just a man kind of way. I mean, that's definitely him at the start of the series when he was more outwardly homophobic instead of inwardly homophobic. Showing people Fairy Tail for the first time and showing them Loxus is so funny because it's literally just I just have to keep being like, he gets better, I swear. Which honestly, let's be honest, those are always the best characters. Just being like, he gets better, I promise. He's like a toxic male and kind of misogynistic, but he eventually is normal and has a boyfriend, I swear. We have 90% of my favorite characters, yeah. If they are not someone who was previously a toxic male and also has internal struggles with sexuality because of parental trauma, usually with a father, I don't want that character. I don't want them. I believe that Elfman is a trans man and canon will not hold me back. It's so funny whenever I think of, if we go back to that shorts series I was talking about. Elfman, I'm always like, he is either the biggest queer ally or incredibly homophobic, and I can't tell which one is right. So I just split it down the middle and give him a 5 out of 10. Because it can go either way. Of course, in my heart of hearts, I want to believe he's an ally. But if we're being honest and looking at the series, it could go either way. And I can never be too sure. The one I say with Gildarts is that it's kinda 100% bisexual. 100%. 100%. In the series, she talks about needing a man, but also has never had a heterosexual interaction with a woman in her life. And so, if she ever came out to Gildarts, I know he would be supportive, but also I just know that man fetishizes lesbians. Elfman loves the queer community very aggressively. He doesn't even know his sisters are queer. He's just very passionate about it. Yeah, he's like the type of manly man Loxus thought he was before the Tenor Island arc. But Mira, I always saw as pansexual. You had cannons aligned with mine 100%. Do we have the same brain, dude? Probably. I mean, no one's ever seen us in the same room, I'll just say that. I do think, Miliana is a trans woman. Wanna know why? It's because of the... After the... 7-year gap, she wears striped stockings. She wears striped stockings and loves cats. So, that's a trans woman. I don't make the rules. She just is. I feel like striped stockings is a canon event for trans femmes everywhere. There's one career relationship that I will never forgive the creator. Oh, Lance and Keith. I was just talking about this with friends. I remember there was a lot of writing arguments on that show, which is why specifically the ships are everywhere, but it's why as the writing goes on, the writing just kind of goes to shit. Because seasons 1 through 3 Voltron is absolutely peak television, and I don't think I will ever not be convinced of that. 1 through 3, incredible show. But the reason that after that the writing gets progressively worse and worse is just because there's a lot of fighting. Because 1, it is a reboot, and so there were a lot of arguments about like how much they should follow the original series and what they should take liberties on. Like if we look at it from a shipping perspective, in the original Voltron, well, like in the original Voltron from the 80s, Keith and Allura got together, and some people still wanted that to happen, and then some people wanted Lance and Allura to get together. Then some people, of course, wanted Keith and Lance to get together. And so there's like a lot of arguing, and then just as the series went on, they just never really settled on things. And plus, I do also want to say, like, it ran from 2016 to 2018, and there were 8 seasons. They were pumping them out. And since I just don't think Netflix gave them enough. It was like one of the first original Netflix shows, if I remember right. So I just don't think Netflix really knew how to make a show, and so they just didn't give them enough time to actually figure that stuff out. And I do also strongly believe that they made Shiro gay, so people, at that point they probably knew Clance wasn't gonna happen, so they probably made Shiro gay so people would stop with the queerbaiting accusations. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work like that. There's no way Keith is straight. The man was gay as hell for Lance. Exactly. Literally everybody watched that show and was like, Keith is gay, Lance is bisexual, and I don't make the rules. And I'm just like, I'm not arguing with you because you're right. I have genuinely considered making a video essay about it, but I don't know if in the big year 2026, probably 2027, because I don't know if I can make it this year. I don't know if people would be interested in a Voltron video essay. Mostly just because I don't know if I can say anything that hasn't already been said about it. I see Allura as an ally or asexual. Yeah, I always saw her as an ally. I remember everybody shipped her and Shiro, mostly. But it is such a shame that they didn't get enough, like, they didn't get the opportunity to figure those things out, because I genuinely believe the Voltron reboot could have been, like, on the same level as Avatar: The Last Airbender in terms of, like, fondness, and, like, people still watch Avatar, like, the original Avatar, for the first time today. People still, like, rewatch it regularly. People still talk about it. It's still, like, it just got a new movie. Like, it's still super relevant, and I feel like the Voltron reboot could have been on that same level if they had just been given the opportunity to, like, settle out those writing stuff. Real eloquent, Oliver. Because it was a lot of the same writers, too, who worked on Avatar and Korra. They also worked on Voltron. They just weren't... Because, again, 1 through 3, incredible. Like, that show had such an incredible start. I think they also ended up getting put in this awkward position where I believe the show's rating is ages 7 and up, but basically right from the start, it garnered more of like a teen young adult audience. And I think that left them in the weird position of like, do we lean into that? Do we stick with what we were doing? Real talk, Korra was so much darker than the original Avatar show. Yeah, Korra was very much made for the people who grew up watching Avatar. Like, Avatar was made for kids. Korra was made for the people who were kids watching Avatar and then grew up. And I really liked it. I know Korra gets a lot of shit. I really like The Legend of Korra. I think the main flaws in the writing just comes from the fact that I'm pretty sure, I don't know exactly correct, this could be misinformation that I am spreading on the internet. I'm pretty sure all of Avatar got greenlit at once, but Korra was greenlit season by season. Funny enough, while I was on my birthday vacation, I was talking about this with a friend. Because season 1 of Legend of Korra ends kind of abruptly and weirdly. If she loses her bending, then all of a sudden she gets it back, and it's that. But that's because they didn't know that they were getting a season 2, so they were probably just trying to wrap it up as neatly as they possibly could. Because in a perfect world, they would have gotten greenlit for 2 seasons at once, and then spent season 2 of Korra learning to get her bending back. Like, I don't hate the idea that she got it back and there was a way for her to get it back, but it was just incredibly sudden. And so I think it could have been like season 2 was about her learning to get that back, but instead they just got greenlit for 1 season, so they tried to wrap it up, and then after that got greenlit for more, and they're like, shit, what do we do now? So I do think a lot of issues with Korra's writing could have been fixed if they just knew they were making more of it right out the gate. People couldn't handle a brash person to color, it makes mistakes, yeah. Can't understand the hate she gets. I think a big reason people hate Korra. People really fight about, like, who's the better Avatar, Aang or Korra. But I'm gonna be so real, I don't think it matters, because she's not Aang, she's Korra. I don't care who's the better Avatar. I'm not watching Legend of Korra to see another Aang, I'm watching Legend of Korra to see Korra. And I think it is also just the mindset of, like, I grew up with this thing, and so this thing is inherently better. Happens a lot with Pokemon. People always say that the best Pokemon games are the ones that they grew up playing when they were around a certain age. Like, I love Platinum, but I can also acknowledge the reason I see Pokemon Platinum as a amazing game is because I grew up playing a lot of it. And I think it's that same sort of mindset with Korra. But I don't care who's the better Avatar. I just want to see more of that universe. And I just feel like it's a lose-lose situation where it's like, if people say that Korra is better, then people will accuse her of being, like, bland and, like, kind of a Mary Sue type of character. But then if she's not as good as Aang, then people will be like, well, she sucks because she's not as good as Aang. Had a crush on Zuko as a kid and saw Zuko in the movie, and the crush came back full blast, and I'm not even mad about it. I feel like if you are attracted to men and you watched Avatar, you had a crush on Zuko. Also, better at what? Being the Avatar? They are both the Avatar. Yeah, exactly. I feel like when it comes to arguments like that, what they define as better is incredibly arbitrary. Because you can say that, like, you know, Avatar's an action show. So you can say Korra is better because she actually participates in action, whereas Aang was very much a pacifist. But that's a completely random thing that I just made up right here on the spot to say that Korra is better. Like, whether or not somebody is better is entirely dependent on what you're measuring and somebody's own personal taste. And, yeah, sure, Aang is better in a lot of ways, but I would also argue that Korra is better in a lot of ways. They're just their own characters, and I don't think they can really be compared in the way people want to compare them. I'm a gay bastard, and I thought Zuko was too much of a loser to be attractive? Okay, but what if that's what we like? Like, at first he's like, oh, he's the cool, angsty kid who's searching for the, oh my god, what's his deal? I can look past his weird bald ponytail, but then once he's, like, super awkward and trying to be friends with Team Avatar, it's like, okay, how can you not love him? How, like, come on. He's so delightfully awkward. Zuko and Sokka had some homosexual stuff going on. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. I don't know if I fully agree, but also I can't prove that you're wrong. After I do this panel, I do think I am gonna call it a stream, because I'm getting very warm and hungry. But I had a great time. Thank you all for joining me. Once I finish this line art, I will go over stream schedule stuff. Love Zuko so much, he's a dork and I want to hug him and squeeze him. I don't think Zuko will ever be a character I can hate. Like, I don't think I'll ever dislike Zuko as a character. I think it's very easy for people to say that he's overrated, but I think he's perfectly rated. Whoops. But yeah, I know there is a Zuko and Sokka ship, but I did always like Sokka and Suki. I thought they were cute. Alright. Yeah. Oh my god, Cynthia's coming. Are you going to do another raid? Yeah, probably. I will look at people to raid while I close up here. So. Suki was another crush of mine? Yeah. So my plans, I am gonna say, oh my god, it's a creature. We'll see if they're still alive. Words. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I gotta pause this music. Cynthia, you are too distracting. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Wednesday, I will be streaming Deltarune. I will be live at about 11:30 a.m. my time, so a much earlier stream than what I typically do. I usually go live 2 p.m. my time, but I believe it releases globally at 11 a.m. in my time. Have a D&D Wednesday, so I hope you guys have fun. Hell yeah, we definitely will. VODs will be available. There is a VOD channel. I believe you can find it with the links in the About tab on my Twitch page, but if not, just go to YouTube and look Oliver's Antics VODs. You'll find the channel very easily. I'll be streaming Deltarune Wednesday, Thursday, and probably Friday. So you can look forward to that. Oh, I like how I'm explaining this. Ads pop up. I tried to snooze it, I swear. But, yeah. I don't know anything after that because I have yet to plan streams for July. I am still working around getting my room fixed, and so I don't eventually, once my room is fixed, I ideally will release my stream schedule for every week ahead of time. So then that way people can actually have an idea of what I'm streaming, and they can try to make it to streams if they're like super excited for one in particular. But yeah, so I will probably go over more streams after my last Deltarune stream. So you can stay tuned to that. Once your room is fixed, it will leak again, let's be honest. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? We can pretend. We can be delusional about it. And I invite you all to be delusional with me. So yeah, no stream tomorrow, and I will hope to see you on Wednesday for Deltarune. Let's see. Oh yeah, they are streaming. So I will send you over to Pomtacular. The clip we reacted to, where Momo was a creature. So let's go do that. We can all go there. We can say that we'll just go there, and everyone could be like, "It's a creature. What kind of creature is that?" Sound good? Sound good. Okay. So we will start this raid. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.